guys, welcome back to Dave and Cali. Hey guys, don't get discouraged if you don't hear a lot going on with the convoy. Today's their day of rest. They're going to stay over for the whole day. I know that they probably have some activities there, that for the people in the convoy. But just because you don't hear or see anything, it's probably because there's really nothing to show. There's a few guys showing live and just talking about that, there's nothing to show because they're all just kind of going to stay there for the day. Anyway, I wanted to get to the situation of the State of the Union. State of the Union was last night, and it was pretty bad. As far as I was concerned, Biden he just gives off this, I don't know, kind of a weak president. So even USA Today, said it was a horrible reviews, the weak and forgettable. And nothing is going to help him get out of the abyss of his polling numbers. Check out what Kim says.
We're now 1 year into his presidency, and instead of moving America forward, it feels like President Biden and his party have sent us back in time to the late 70s and early 80s, when runaway inflation was hammering families, a violent crime wave was crashing our cities, and the Soviet Army was trying to redraw the world map. But we shouldn't ignore what happened in the run-up to Putin's invasion, waiving sanctions on Russian pipelines while eliminating oil production here at home, focusing on political correctness rather than military readiness, reacting to world events instead of driving them. Weakness on the world stage has a cost, and the president's approach to foreign policy has consistently been too little, too late.
Too little, too late. Yep. Well, I was going back looking at some of the videos back in, like October of 2019. And I thought, this would be great to show to you guys to remind you what a strong president looks like. Let's show this clip here.
Why are we the only ones that give the big money to the Ukraine? We give money to Ukraine, and it's bothered me from day one. And you have plenty of people just here. I say, how come it's always the United States that gets ripped? Frankly, Ukraine, we want to help them. And I do like the new president. You know why I like him? Because he was honest. Because he said there was no pressure at all exerted on me, meaning him, by the President of the United States. He said it. By the way, that one sentence should stop this. But he said there was no pressure exerted. But you don't have to ask him. All you have to do is read the transcript, read the telephone call.
So in this next clip, it's a continuation. I show you guys what a strong president should, in my opinion, how a strong president should act when being confronted by merely just journalists. Mainstream media has turned into this, they think they're powerful kind of, disrespect the president's office and who he is and so forth. So they've kind of gotten really emboldened on the way they ask questions like never before in history. Check this out.
All you have to do is read the transcript, read the telephone call. But what I was having a problem with are two things. Number one, Ukraine is known for tremendous corruption. Tremendous. More than just about any country in the world. In fact, they're rated one of the most corrupt countries in the world. And I don't like giving money to a country that's that corrupt. Number two.
You don't like giving money.
Excuse me. Number two, I said the following. And I said this loud and clear to everybody. And in fact, Rob Portman backed me up, and there's nobody more honorable than Rob Portman of Ohio. Because he called up, please let the money go. I said, Rob, I hate being the country that's always giving money when Ukraine helps Europe and the European countries far more than they help us. They're like a wall between Russia and Europe. They're like a wall. They're a big, wide, beautiful wall. And he said, you know what, but it's important. And in fact, he came out and he said that. That was my only reason. Because I don't like being the sucker country. We were the sucker country for years and years. We're not the sucker country anymore. But I gave the money because Rob Portman and others called me and asked. But I don't like to be the sucker. And European countries are helped far more than we are. And those countries should pay more to help Ukraine. Ask a question.
Yeah, so he's trying to get the journalist to go ahead and ask the question of Finland's President Sauli Niinistö, and the guy just seems to not get the message. And so finally, when he does present a question to the President of Finland, it's kind of one of them setup questions, and check out how a strong president handles the situation.
Follow up on the one that I asked you, which
did
was,
you hear
what
me?
did you want?
Did you hear me?
Yes,
ask
sir.
him a question.
I will, but
I've given you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you and the fake news media that we have in this country. And I say in many cases, the corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt. And you have some very fine people, too. Great journalists, great reporters. But to a large extent, it's corrupt and it's fake. Ask the President of Finland a question, please.
So he finally asks the question to Sauli Niinistö, the President of Finland, and yet it's a question that was kind of directed to the President, President Trump, in a kind of a discrediting way, and President Trump just jumped right in there. Check this out.
Saying that the United States can now impose tariffs on European goods because of illegal subsidies against Airbus.
That was a big win for the United States, right?
It was.
You never had wins with other presidents, did you?
Real quick, did you notice the President Niinistö agreed with Trump immediately? Let's run that back a little here. Watch
because
him.
Of illegal subsidies against Airbus.
That was a big win for the United States, right?
Yep.
It was.
You never had wins with other presidents,
he's in 100%
did you? But we're having a lot of wins
agreement.
at the WTO
This was
since
a
I
case
became
that
president.
started, I think, 10 or 15 years ago.
Okay.
But
excuse me. Your wins are now because they think I don't like the WTO and they want to make sure I'm happy. Because all of those countries were ripping off the United States for many years. They know that I'm wise to it. We've had a lot of wins. This was a $7 billion win. Not bad.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to show you, what I feel makes President Trump so powerful and a force to reckon with in the 2024 up-and-coming elections. So here's the closing statement of that day, and we'll close out letting you guys watch this. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
So WTO has given now a decision which is, quite tough with Europe. But I just say that the WTO has said its opinion, and that's that.
And I just want to finish by saying it's an honor to be with the President of Finland. He's done a fantastic job, very popular, beloved over in Finland. The WTO has been much better to us since I've been president because they understand they can't get away with what they've been getting away with for so many years, which is ripping off the United States. And please remember the President's last remarks, that we are a great democracy. The United States is a great democracy. And I'm airing what I'm airing because we are, in fact, a democracy. And if the press were straight and honest and forthright and tough, we would be a far greater nation. We would be a far greater when we don't have the CNNs of the world who are corrupt people. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.